Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop. And today I'm here in response to an email I got from, let's say her name is Mary and she's from Ohio. She recently lost her husband, and for that, Mary, I'm deeply sorry and you have my sympathy. She says, I think I'm driving my kids nuts with all these little jobs around the house. And she says, can't I do some of these? Well, of course you can. And she was good enough to send pictures of the inside of her toilet tank to show me exactly what valve she has, so I can tell her exactly how to fix it. This is the other style of valve that is typical. That's a million of them out there. This is your fill tube that goes in your overflow tube. This fills up your toilet bowl as your tank is filling. And if you want to adjust the water level in your tank, this is a screw you turn. If you've got too much water in your tank and it's running because the water is going over the edge and down the overflow tube, you want to screw this screw in. That will push this down and shut the water off sooner. If your toilet's not flushing properly, you probably don't have enough water in the tank. You want to unscrew this a little bit. You want the water level about a ½ inch to an inch below the top of the overflow tube. I usually put them about a ½ inch below. Now, some toilet tanks actually have a line in there that says water level. That really helps you out because you know what to do. Now, some of these are very simple and nice. They're all plastic. If you do have to replace this on your toilet, Mary, which I doubt you do, this first nut that comes with it holds the flexible hose on that comes from the wall with the water valve, and make sure you shut the valve off. The second nut holds the assembly into the toilet tank. And these just barely have to be snug. You tighten this up with your fingers, put a pair of pliers on there and turn a quarter of a turn. That's good enough. These are nice rubber seals they have today. Now, some of the older ones that look like this were brass. They don't make them anymore. And what happened to them is the adjusting screws will get corroded and you can't turn them. But you can still adjust your toilet. You take this rod that goes to your float ball, you bend it. You bend it down to put less water. You bend it up to put more. That'll make your rod U-shaped. You don't have to bend it a lot. But what you do want to be careful of is make sure this is tight into your valve assembly. Because if it's real loose and you bend it, the water pressure is going to make this turn. So now it's bent up and you're going to get more water in your tank, which is give you a bigger problem. The other reason, the second reason a toilet tank will run is the flapper valve. These will get worn out. They'll get corroded around here. The rubber just naturally deteriorates when it soaks in water. You can tell when it starts to get bad. Just reach in there and touch it. If your fingers are black, it's going bad. Here's two styles. Well, there's many styles, but this is a multi-purpose flapper. This round hole will slide over top of your overflow tube if your tube is round. Mine is rectangular shaped, so I use these two holes. You take this thing, you cut it off with a pair of pliers, or a pair of scissors, I'm sorry. On the bottom of your overflow tube, there'll be two little pins sticking out. These things, once this is cut loose, these hook over top them pins, and that's what lets it hinge. Now, when you flush your toilet, this will lift up and stay up until your tank is empty, but your handle will drop down. So you want to make sure you adjust this chain so it's not too long that it gets caught underneath the flapper. That'll hold this up and your toilet will run again. But you don't want it too tight. When it shuts the water off, you want to have a little slack in the chain is if the handle don't go down all the way when you get done flushing it, that'll hold the thing open and it'll run. So there's not really much to it to get these things fixed. Let's go in the house and I'll show you the style she has and exactly what to do, Mary, to make it quit running. Okay, I'm going to put a towel right here because I'm probably going to get a little messy. We're going to take the cover off the tank. And Mary, I guess you saved me some problems. You probably can't see it very well, but the water tension is the only thing that's keeping my toilet from running. It's way too high. So I guess I can show you exactly how to fix yours when I fix mine. Now, this is the valve that Mary has. There's 2 or 3 different styles, but all these adjust about the same way. What you want to do is unscrew this a little bit, probably 3 or 4 turns. It's just trial and error. Now, if you lift up on this handle really slow, you can let a little water out without filling the whole tank. So we'll let this fill up and see where it stops at. Well, it looks like it's only about 1/8 of an inch below. We'll give this a couple more turns. Lift that up. See where that stops. That's not going to help. We got to do a little more, I guess. This isn't a hard job. It's just a little time consuming as you're waiting for this thing to fill back up every time you empty a little water out of it. Well, that looks like about 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and that's good enough for me. Now, if this doesn't take care of your problem, Mary, and it's still running, then it could be the valve needs to be replaced. If you do have a problem with that, email me back again and I'll show you step by step how to change that valve. It is very simple. So let's go back out in the shop and finish this up. Okay guys, that's it. That's all there is to it. Adjusting a toilet tank. There's not much to do. It's just a little time consuming when you're waiting for that tank to fill back up. But if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you anything. And you can email me at jimsfixitshop@gmail.com. I'll put it down in the description below. And until next time, work safe and have fun.